What's up, everybody? Mike here, and I got some beginner tips for you guys with Hogwarts Legacy. I know this game's been out for a while, and other people have done this type of thing, but I want to share my thoughts to help those of you that maybe just got the game, maybe you're thinking about getting the game down the line when it's cheaper, things like that. And just want to give some good, solid 10 beginner tips to help you get started here. Just be aware of some things you got to do to be successful in this game, and make your experience a lot better and easier overall. First thing I want to go over is fast travel and waypoints. So as you can see on here, or be in a bit here on the map, there's these different fast travel points with the flu powder used. Essentially, when they're green, they're unlocked, and when they are not, you got wrong one. Sorry about that. They're grayed out. Now it's beneficial to find these wherever you can, unlock them by simply just going up to them and you'll unlock them. And great early on, like just explore, have fun with this, and just get these unlocked. It makes your life much easier, and use waypoints to kind of find stuff easier too. Like for example, I still got a side quest I haven't done yet. Use a waypoint to help me find that. Makes life a lot easier. As you can see on the map there, it shows up. That's one way to go. And like I said, when you unlock food powers, be green like this. So all you gotta do is walk up to it. Tip number 2 is have fun exploring everything. This castle is huge, all right? And not just that, the outside world is huge as well too. And it's just going to be a fun time for you just to soak it all in. It might be seeming a bit overwhelming, but it is a lot of fun. I highly recommend just, take your time, have fun just getting lost, explore the castle, explore the world, explore the environments, find chests where you can. There are going to be, locks you encounter. Going to be some puzzles you encounter too along the way. At least my next tip, as far as puzzles, don't stress about puzzles right away. As far as getting them done right away, you can always come back to them later on. And mostly, all the puzzles are pretty easy. It's not that bad. So, and that's basically my third tip. Is just take your time with it. There are going to be a few puzzles that may trip you up a bit, but you can always come back to them later. You don't necessarily have to look up a guide or anything like, or Google it. They're pretty much fairly easy to figure out. And then adding on to my previous tip, more in depth with these puzzles, specifically door puzzles like these, that will definitely probably come off as confusing to players. I know it confused me for a bit at first. I did a little bit of trying to and guess how this works. It's basically a math type of puzzle where, as you see in the middle there, the top 13, and then the bottom middle is 14. Essentially, you got to figure out what numbers add up to those. Each of these, creature symbols represents a number. I had to figure it out because at first I thought it was like 1 to 10, and it ends up being 0 to 9, with the bottom left one here, the owl being 0, the unicorn 1, and then next it's 2, and then 3, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9. And you'll have to use Revelio, if you need to help you out, find these on the wall here, the question marks. All right, to kind of help you solve these, because you're going to focus on the top one first. Well, it's up to you if you want to focus on top or bottom, but since you got to figure it out, and it's not going to take too long. You basically figure out, okay, that's 5 right there, right? And spider equals 8. So that means 0. And sorry, that's not an owl at the bottom. I guess that's a frog. And then next up, we got 14. So that's number 3 there. And that's going to be added with the symbol above the unicorn, which is going to be 2. So that's 5. So then you need 9, right? And 9, I don't know exactly what creature it is, but it will be over here. There it is. And that's how you solve that. Like I said, these can be tricky, and then you just go in and get the treasure. Next up is fashion equipment. Now, when you're starting off, you're going to get gear quite a bit or a lot in this game. It's not going to be really that important in terms of stats wise. You want to go over fashion and focus on fashion more than your stats. Plus, the other thing is this has transmog in this, so you can kind of cover up and have a more universal look, because this is RPG, you're role playing, so you want to look good with what you have. So, for example, here, like the scarf, or like my sort of chest piece here, you can hit square on the PlayStation if you're playing on some PlayStation, right? Hit square. You can choose from like different outfits you've already collected. Hit X on what you want to have here. For example, I'll go with this, which I usually like to have, or actually, different one. Go with this, for example. That's what I've been loving to wear, for example. All right, and also with the scarf here, same thing. Now, if you don't want to put any scarves on, you can go to the top here and just hit X and take it off. And with the robe, same thing. Personally, I've been really liking the relic of Gryffindor, which is there's one for each house, so go with that. And same with the gloves. Like I said, this is a showcase. You guys can wear what you want in this game, even if you're wearing some gear that does not look like it goes together based on stats. And as long as you have good stats, you'll eventually get this legendary gear as well. So yeah, when it comes to fashion equipment, fashion over, your stats, because you'll get better gear. You'll end up getting new gear all the time in this game. Then after fashion equipment, you got your look the way you want and how you want it. It's important to just sell any equipment, gear you just don't need anymore because the stats are just not good. They're not going to really help you out. So you want to go to one of the stores or shops, let's just say, in Hogsmeade. This is an example one where you can sell at the clothing store. So you want to switch to sell, and you essentially want to get rid of any items that you just won't need anymore. That's low stats. I think the lowest you'll make money off is like 60 to 90. So pretty much anything that's just in the red, don't need it. Orange is the most highest one. Legendary is the best. You got blue for superb, but not needed if you got better gear. Purple's extraordinary, but if you don't need it because that's just get rid of it. All right, this is basically one of the best ways to make some money early on as well too. Just to sell your gear, you'll be able to find money throughout the world, exploring in chests and different things, doing quests and things like that. So, but in terms of trying to make some fast cash, yeah, you're gonna explore, find gear in different chests or caves and different things. Just come back to one of these shops and sell them. Next on the list is Merlin trials. These are important to do to increase your inventory. So you'll find these throughout the world. Let me show you on the map here. You'll recognize them by the symbol on the map. It'll say Merlin trial. You'll need what's called Mallowsweet leaves. You'll be able to get plenty of these in the game. No problem at all. All right, and just always make sure you have some. You can just go up to these, use it, it activates it, and they're not all the same. These trials are easy, but they're different as well too. So for example, you're gonna destroy that, destroy this one, and I believe there's probably one right here hiding behind these bushes, right there, and there seems to be one over here as well, hiding away, and another one over here. And that's it. So you'll get this when it's complete. Nice and fancy, looks pretty. And these help with your storage. Increase your storage slots. Very helpful in the long run. It's important to do these, so make sure you are doing them. For the next tip here, I want you guys to make sure you're attending classes, at least doing the main story, class quests early on in the game, because it's very important to unlock these next 3 spells, which is Accio, Levioso, and Incendio. These are very great spells that will help you out very early on. Incendio is a close range fire damage spell. Very fun to use and just very powerful early on in the game. You can upgrade them as well too if you want, but Accio is really good as well for just lifting up your enemies, get them off guard. It pulls them in closer to you. It's a great combo with Incendio. So basically you'll do Accio into Incendio combination, and you can even further the combination with Levioso too, and just keep doing basic attacks as well with this. So these are a great 3 spell combination early game to help you guys out. Adding on to that, you also want to work your way through the main classes to get your broom. Oh, come on, game. Sorry. Get your broom. You'll eventually get your broom, and this thing is just fun as hell to use in the game. And just feels fluid. It just feels smooth. Like, I never get bored just going around on my broom, flying around. It's just a relaxing, fun time. And I thought I would maybe get a little bit bored here and there, but no, this is very fun. And it's really cool that low to the ground, your yellow bar there, which is basically your speed boost, doesn't deplete. Now, when you're higher up in the air, let me see here for it'll start to deplete because apparently the game, I guess, wants you to focus on like exploring the lower grounds, which this is a big game. It's beautiful. You know, you want to explore it and just have fun, take it all in. But yeah, and as you get back lower to the ground, it will replenish and you don't have to worry about it. So it seems the game wants to kind of keep you to the low ground if you do want to like not run out of it. But it's a lot of fun. Make sure you're doing your classes, focusing on to unlock this. And now with tip number 9, which has to do with the talent tree, the talent points aspect, at least early game. When you do unlock this, I do recommend you focus on your core talent tree a little bit here, at least early on, because I believe, you know, no matter what build you're doing, these are important talents to have regardless of any build. I think they just fit any build pretty much because, you know, it's just going to help you out so much more in the long run. The first one being basic cast mastery, and basic cast impacts, reduce spell cooldowns is going to be very important. And if you want to go further into this, I believe there is basic cast airborne absorption. You know, if you want to further go into that, if you want for your build, by all means, it's at level 16 though. Another one that helps out a lot is spell knowledge. Spell knowledge essentially helps with you having 4 different loadout slots essentially. Well, not 4, sorry. The first one helps to get you an extra one. And then if you want to get the second spell knowledge, which is spell knowledge 2, that gives you a third. And then this is your last one if you go up all the way up to 3. So for example, let me back out of this and I'll show you what I mean. Let me get off my broom. So this is my, you know, combat loadout initially that I got here. I just I'm on PlayStation, so if I hit R2 and then the right D-pad, then I go to my other spells here, which are more like for the world, like for ones there for going invisible, Lumos to illuminate things, Wingardium Leviosa, and then Reparo. And this just works out for me personally. This is how I set up. You don't have to set up like I do, but this is what works for me in my opinion. And then R2 down, this is for one of, you know, decorating spells basically for the room requirement. And then on my left one here, this is for the beasts in the game to help kind of take care of them, capture them. You got the brush, feed them, and the bag to kind of get them in. So, and I just leave my top one as just my combat only. Like I said, that's just what I do. You don't have to do what I do. I'm just letting you know it's worth getting the spell knowledge, all 3 of them, in my opinion, as fast as possible. And then another great one to have that utilize in combat is Swift. Holding down dodge allows you to advance quickly and reappear nearby. It's level 5, so you can get this very early on as well if you'd like. And it's just very useful when you're just trying to dodge, if you're maybe not good at, you know, the parry system in this game and you just prefer to dodge, then this is great to use and still attack too. Another good one I recommend too is an extra one early on is Wing and Weld Potion Potency 1, and heals you for greater effect. This is awesome to have, and if you want to go beyond that later on, there is Wing and Weld Potency 2. You know, you can argue this could be a necessity for all builds as well too. I've been doing fine with just the first one, but if you want, yes, go ahead and get the second one as well unlocked, and it just helps out with you just keeping you alive, because I've honestly barely died in this game whatsoever because of just having the first one alone. And those are the ones I would just recommend you guys focus on initially for whatever build you're going for, and then just go from there. And lastly, it's unlocking the room requirements. So as you progress through the story, you'll eventually unlock this, and it's very helpful in terms of, you know, having fun with decorating. But you can also like make potions here, have different potion tables, have your different plant tables to grow plants with, and utilize that, as well as, you know, when you get your beasts, you'll have an area for them to be in, and you'll get materials from them to kind of help upgrade your gear because you need that. So it's very cool for that aspect where you can just have your beasts to take care of. You can make potions that don't take long, grow your plants that don't take long, and you go to the loom where basically that's where you utilize upgrading your gear for, adding, you know, gear traits and stuff like that to your gear essentially to make yourself stronger, more effective in combat. And it helps with build variety as well too in this game. So make sure you do unlock this. It has so many benefits once you do, and it's just a lot of fun just to lose a ton of hours in if you're just trying to decorate and you're big into just decorating and taking care of beasts and things like that. So hopefully this was helpful to you guys. If so, please drop a like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications. so you don't miss any of my content on here. Thanks again for watching.